Wednesday, Steve Neubauer, CK Supply. Right here behind me, I have a containment cell for our laser welder that we have been demonstrating to a lot of our customers here lately. As you can see, the windows here are a green tint. Those green tints help protect with the wavelength that the laser emits. Let's go check out the machine. So what we have here, we have two pieces of equipment that we have worked with Fanuci on getting in here to demonstrate to our customers. To my left here we have the Ultron Light 2000, and that is rated in 2000 watts. A little bit different than your typical welding equipment where you're dealing with voltage and amperages. Also, they had sent in a wire feeder. The wire feeder kind of helps with the gap for poor fit up in situations that customers may run into. The laser welding does really well with autogenous welding. With a combination of filler metal, you can help with those gaps and obtain bigger welds. With the unit here, they have options where you can do what they call a wobble. And that wobble can go up to about 5 millimeter. And what it's doing is it's taking that laser and it's moving it back and forth as you're making your weld. It is a cooled system with fiber optic cables that run through this cable sheath here. The laser gun itself has the attachment for the wire feeding mechanism, the wire to come through the liner, and it comes up to this tip. Now this has to be set to a certain range to where it feeds in properly so it has no issues feeding. And unlike welding, we're dealing with big ground cables or anything like that. We are working with a small, what they call like a sense cable to complete the connection when we're going to the laser welding. So we'll do a demonstration on some thinner material. It's typically good up to about 1/16 of an inch. For this particular model, the more wattage you go with, the thicker material you can go with. With this, you're getting 100% fusion or penetration, another term, when you're making these welds. So let's check it out. All right, so before we get started here, we have to initiate the welder until we're ready to laser weld. So I already had preset some of the settings in here to make the weld successful. So as I'm gonna go into the machine, I'm gonna unlock it. It's one of the safety features it offers. I'm going to initiate the laser, initiates the sound to tell us that it's ready to go. Then we go to lock it to make sure that no one's around to manipulate any of the options that we have set. So let's give it a go. So what you see here is what we achieved on the weld. Nice, clean looking weld for my opinion there. Off to the left here we have some of the accessories that this machine has to offer that I failed to mention earlier. So what we have here, this is for the welding aspect of it, and it has a groove here for the wire to feed through there, so it's got a nice smooth transition to the laser portion of it. Not necessarily needed for doing the autogenous welding. The machine also has the capability of doing laser cutting on thinner gauged material. Along with that, it has a cleaning aspect of it, and what this guy is here doing here, you put along with the weld, it'll clean off all that coloring that you see there to help remove that. And on top of that, with it cleaning, you can go a broader range with it. You throw this guy on there, and you go about 18 to 20 inches or so. This is going to remove like an oxide layer of rust or even oil residue to clean off the material. Along with the safety side of it, these are not just traditional safety or shade 3 lenses. Since lasers use a wavelength, it's a very intense form, so you have to use a certain protection eyewear. It's not just a standard shade 3 or shade 5 oxy-fuel lens or even a welding helmet. It's not going to protect your eyes. Lasers are so intense, it can cause critical damage to your eyes. So when working with the lasers or being around someone who has it, you want to be very cautious of the environment. What also we have for gas coverage, you can use nitrogen or straight argon depending on your application, or if you're doing just the wireless welding aspect of it, you don't need any gas at all, just complete fusion. So that's a wrap on our Welding Wednesday. See you next time.